If this is the final stage of production, the output from the folder will go directly to the customer. And I have some examples here of projects that you have printed, and we will be finishing them to your specs here on the folder. Two of them here are related to National Geographic. They're both printed on 8.5 by 11, but this one was originally printed on 11 by 17 with the bleed cut off. So we cut it to 8.5 by 11. And you requested this as one single fold, in this case a half fold. So this is what we're going to do to this document today, put a simple half fold in it. The other project, again, National Geographic, this was printed on 8.5 by 11. No trimming was done whatsoever. So it goes straight from the copier to the folder, and this will be your final output right here. It's a trifold. Now, we do have another project that you will complete. It's a stargazing project here, this little program. And this is very similar to the National Geographic, little half fold. But if you notice here, it's slightly smaller. So when we print this, or when we fold this one, if this job was available, we would go straight to this one, make slight adjustments to the folder. And if we have no other jobs in the pipeline, we would go straight to the trifold right here. Okay, the folder itself is quite simple. It's a friction-driven folder. And as you see here, the paper is very well set up in the feed area. It's well supported. It's not wedged in here. It's just very well supported. The idea is to transport the paper from here all the way through the register table itself here. It will make the fold on the folding plate and eject on the tail of the folder. So I'm going to demonstrate that right now, but I need to turn the air on first. Okay, the purpose of the air was to draw the paper from the feed table to about where my finger is at, right here. And that's it. Below these two little devices right here, there are rollers. And once the paper gets to the rollers take over and draw it into the register bar itself here. But friction is really what does it. It is a buckle folder. The paper will buckle up at this point right here. But the friction here, there's a little belt right here, feels very like sandpaper. There's little folder balls right on top of it. So the balls weigh the paper to the belt, and they register it to the side of this plate here before it goes into the folding plate. And I'm going to manually demonstrate that. Right now, the rollers in here are helping the paper. At this point, the paper is being held and supported by these little folder balls, being held onto the belt, and it comes right in here. And at this point, it's going between a roller and entering the fold plate itself. It comes up to the folding stop right here. And at this point, the paper is still being drawn into the machine by this belt. The paper has nowhere to go here, so it buckles, hence the name buckle folder. So it buckles the rollers below the safety guard, grab it, draw it into the machine, and output it at the delivery end of the machine. And this is what you get. Now, if we need to make any adjustments in this here, right now, this looks like it's a very nice fold. It's right on the edge here. There's a little bit of a lip right here, which is okay. It gives the thumb something to grab on. But you could see the corners are nice and even. If they're not, we make a micro adjustment using this dial right here. If we're folding it and it looks like this, we need to make an adjustment with our micro adjuster up here. So that would be the setup for the half fold. Now we're going to look at the trifold. Okay, so that was the half fold completed, this one right here. And as you can see, it's one very simple fold one folding plate was used. And right now we're going to look at the setup for the trifold. We have two folds, one here, one right here. The paper is exactly the same size as it was for the half fold. So we will be making no adjustments here, no adjustments to the guide rail itself. The only thing we need to adjust are the folding plates, which are right up here. So the first thing I'm going to do is turn both of the plates on. Currently, the upper one is the only one turned on. And we know that by looking at the plate. There's a hole right here where the paper enters, and then it hits the headstop. If we turn it around here, this would be the plate turned off. You see here, this is a deflector. This will deflect the paper to the lower folding plate. So this one is going to stay turned on. And I need to take the lower plate, and there you can see the deflector, so it's turned off. I'm just going to turn it around, set it in the on position. And since we're making two folds, we need to set the bar right here, the stop bar. And we set that at 1/3 of the length of the document being folded. It's 11 inches, so this will be set for 3 2/3 inches. So I'm approximating that as best I can right now. And remember, we do have the micro adjustment knobs to work with if this is not totally correct. Okay, so the lower plate is installed. And we're going to install the upper plate. Okay, so that's both plates installed, and now it's a matter of making a few trial runs and making the document fold like this, the way we want it. And as we did in the past, we're going to turn the air on and feed some paper through. Okay, so we've made one trial fold. And here it is right here. And this actually looks quite good. Again, we may want to make a slight adjustment right here, but again, this little piece hanging out is good for the finger to catch. But I think we're going to lower this a little bit, make it a little smaller. All right, so we'll do that. And we will continue doing that until we get this the way we want it, and then we will start the run. Okay, so here's another trial run right here. This one is a little bit better, and this will be satisfactory, so we're going to go ahead and start the run. Now, we could have done this on the fly here as the machine is running. We could actually make the adjustments as we go, but we didn't do that, and here we are, ready to fold. All right, so I'm going to start the machine.